Good morning. Wow, this is an awesome looking group. Woo! I just wanted to say welcome to everyone here who's present in the sanctuary and everyone who's online. We're glad to have you and hope you tell all your friends about us so we can grow and become even bigger. Anyway, I'm going to do our opening statement. Unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, and for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names of God, the many paths to God, and the many ways of worshiping God, for we know that there's only one presence and one power active in the universe and in our lives. We believe all people are created with sacred worth. We are here to be of service for all, regardless of race, gender, age, ethnicity, ability, or sexual orientation. Wherever you are on your transformational journey, we welcome you to Unity of Richmond. Whether you're here for a while or a lifetime, you will find love, acceptance, kindness, and prayerful support on your journey of self-discovery. We welcome you on this journey. And then to feel free to join us for refreshments downstairs and a Course in Miracles study group at 12:45. We would love to get to know you. All right. And now, now we're going to do our opening prayer. Please, everyone, take a deep breath with me. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Divine Spirit, for the beautiful day that we have, for every breath and for every heartbeat, and for ordinary moments in life, like a good cup of coffee on a sunny morning, a good book, a hug and a kiss from someone that you love. Those are the things that help us build our lives, not just the big things, but those quiet moments where we can hear your voice, feel your presence, and know that you are every part of us, in every cell, in everything that we do. For all your many blessings, amen. All right, and now we're going to read our unity principle together. There's only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God, the good omnipotence. Okay. And our vision statement, we are transformed lives, transforming the world. Okay. Now I'm going to read the daily word. Ooh, this is going to be good. All right. The word of the day is flow. You don't know why I'm thinking this. As I picture a crystal clear stream rushing down a steep mountain slope, I also see it gathering in still pools, calm, deep, and life-giving. This image reminds me that my words and action flow from a peace that passes understanding, nourished by divine good. Open to this infinite presence, my heart is steadied and my mind is focused. The words I speak and the choices I make become rich and meaningful. They are not surface ripples, but carry the depth and power of spiritual truth. As water flows from mountaintop to coastline, the presence of Spirit flows into every part of my life. Divine love pours into human experience. I am both the rushing waters and the deep pools, and from this stream of wisdom, I speak words that give life. The words of the mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a gushing stream. Proverbs 18:4.
Let's all say the words on the screen together. Maybe go back to them. Yeah, let's all say it together. The words I speak.
Infinite wisdom. The words I speak flow from infinite wisdom. The words I speak flow from infinite wisdom.
Good. Now we're gonna stand and sing together. These are the hands. This is the voice to celebrate the goodness of God. I lift up my hands. I lift up my voice to celebrate the goodness of God. So as we wait, our heart is open and open. Fill us as we pray, that we may walk in the fullness, the wonder of your grace. These are the hands, this is the voice to celebrate the goodness of God. I lift up my hands, I lift up my voice to celebrate the goodness of God. We hear your voice in the silence, a whisper sweet and and it is then that we discover your presence ever near. Ours are the hands, ours is the voice to celebrate the goodness of God. To celebrate the goodness of God. To celebrate the goodness of God.
All right. I got to tell you, y'all are going to be busy because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So first, I wanted to bring up our Holistic Health Fair, which is going to be on Sunday, June 14th, 12:30 to 4:30 p.m. Just also letting you know, there are sign-up sheets on the sideboard out here in the gathering space. There's sign up for setup and cleanup, but anything else you might be interested in. Plus, we also have cards for you to take with you and share and broadcast it and let everybody know about it. And then one other thing, well, I could save it to the end, but I'll do it now anyway. We also have this wonderful other card that is now a calendar for all of the events that are going to be happening for May and June. And that's going to be available out there as well. So look, okay, so our next thing is going to be chair yoga with Petra. And there's going to be a session on May 24th after the service, and then there are 3 Tuesday sessions at 10 to 11 a.m. in the sanctuary. And this is for people of all abilities. And if you're not in great shape, I probably need that very much, I got to tell you. So that's coming up. All right. And our next one, we are going to have a celebration of life service for Edith Bolden. That's going to be on 5. Okay, well, it's not in here, but okay, yes. Oh, yes, it is. June 6th at Unity of Richmond. And if you'd like to help volunteer with hospitality or refreshments, there's a sign-up sheet again available out there.
Is there a time?
1 p.m.
Okay, thank you, because that's not on here either.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. Okay. See, we learn something every time something happens. Cool. All right. Our next one is Unity Garden Days, and that's always many hands make light work in landscaping and gardening. And we invite people to volunteer to keep our grounds looking as beautiful as ever. And you can contact Jackie Niles for more info. Jackie Niles 1962 at gmail.com. All right. All right, I am not going to try to read this, but there is a ancestral sacred connection and healing circle. And this interactive workshop will look at our deep ancestral roots and what has brought us to this now through our ancestral lineage. And you will hopefully leave knowing that you are surrounded, guided, protected, and loved by those who came before you, who carry great gratitude for your journey on planet Earth. That's going to be May 31st at 1 p.m. following our potluck luncheon. Ooh. Now, this is going to be good. We are having a summer jam circle for musicians and listeners alike, and this is going to be 7 p.m. every other Friday starting June 12th. And there again is another sign-up sheet out there. And before I forget, I just want to also let everyone know that there are cards out on the round table in the gathering space for Robin Moore and Stephen Hall. So when you get a moment, please go out there and sign them. Okay, and now we have a gratitude spotlight for Amy Carter, if you want to come up. We'll see. I'm sorry.
I'll sing whenever you want me to. Good morning, beloved. Are you alone? Does it feel like the rain falling down? Could you hold on if you knew that love was all around you? Believe it or not, you've got friends. Someone is praying for you. Someone is praying for you. Be comforted. Be comforted. Someone is praying for you. Someone is knowing the truth for you. Be comforted in love. Open your eyes, look around. It's been here all along. Don't be surprised when you find that love has made you stronger. Now that you know there's so much, 'cause someone is praying for you. Someone is praying for you. Be comforted. Be comforted. Someone is praying for you. Someone is knowing the truth for you. Be comforted in love.
All right, now we're going to have a gratitude spotlight for Amy Carter.
Good morning. A couple of months ago, I spoke with you about gratitude, and I shared that how you start your day in gratitude leads to living in gratitude. And if you know me, as you're getting to know me, you know that I'm a person that follows where I'm led. And when I get a spiritual nudge, I have to listen. So I asked Val if I could share some things that had happened to increase my gratitude journey over this last several months. And I'm calling it Gratitude 2.0. So it's easy to be in gratitude when life is beautiful, when it's peaceful, when it's going the way that we hoped. But when the hard things, the confusing things, the painful things, the things we have not chosen, gratitude is a little more difficult. Gratitude 2.0 is not pretending that everything is good. Gratitude 2.0 is not pretending that everything is okay. It's being open to finding meaning and growth, love, or God's presence inside all of it. I went to a children's play at a library, and there was a line that said something like, good is good and bad is bad, but good can be bad and bad can be good. And for some reason, that sat with me. I started wondering, how often do we label things right away? This is good, this is bad, this is success, this is failure, this is joy, this is sorrow. And sometimes we label things something. We stop looking for anything else inside of it. What if some things don't have to be labeled as quickly? Around the same time, I'd started my Journey to Your Best You group, and one of the women in the group said something to me that stayed with me. She said, I don't want to challenge you, because I was talking about gratitude, and she said, but I think that we have to find gratitude in all of it, in the good and the bad. And that was a little against my grain, I will say, but I said, how do we become grateful for uncertainty or seasons that we have not chosen? But I sat with it, and I prayed about it, and I meditated on it, and it began to change the way I looked at things. Maybe gratitude is willingness to look again. Gratitude does not mean denial. Gratitude does not mean pretending everything is fine. It does not mean rushing past grief. It does not mean calling painful things good. It does not mean ignoring what hurt. It means asking, is there anything here that shaped me? Is there anything here that softened me? Is there anything here that made me stronger? Is there anything here that opened my heart? I thought about this, about the loss of my brother. My brother was larger than life. He was colorful, creative, and full of life. He loved rainbows. He could wrap a present like nobody else. He had an umbrella collection and a sock collection. He had a neon rainbow in a fish tank, and somehow that felt perfectly like him. He was big, bright, colorful, different, beautiful. For a long time, when I thought of losing him, I only knew how to feel grief and sorrow. That was the only way I could hold it. Many of us here have something we have known how to hold in only one way. Through meditation and stillness, I began to revisit that memory differently because of the words that that woman had shared with me that night. And one day in meditation, I didn't picture myself, I was really there. I was back in his townhouse, and instead of feeling sadness, I felt his presence. I felt the joy of who he was. I felt gratitude that he existed. Gratitude that I got to love him. Gratitude that I got to know someone like him. It didn't erase the grief, but it allowed to sit beside it. Sometimes grief and joy can be in the same room, as good and bad. One thing I'm deeply grateful for is unity. It has taught me stillness. It has taught me how to quiet my mind enough to receive something new. When our minds are racing, fear is loud. Anxiety is loud. It becomes hard to hear wisdom, hard to hear God, hard to receive peace. But when we get still, something opens. There is space. There is breath. There is room for healing. Maybe all of us have something that we've labeled too quickly as good or bad. A loss, a disappointment, a season of change, a dream that didn't happen the way we thought it should, a relationship, a hard chapter. Maybe gratitude gently asks us, can you also see the love? Can you also see the lesson? Can you also see the growth? Can you also see where God was present? Is there something in your life that gratitude could help you hold differently? Gratitude 2.0 is finding meaning without denying pain. Gratitude 2.0 is being thankful for the beautiful things, yes. But it's also being still enough, open enough, and willing enough to find meaning in all of it. Not because everything is good, but because many things can still hold meaning. Some things are part of our journey, part of our becoming. And that is gratitude 2.0. Learning to hold life with more grace, more openness, more trust. Thank you.
Spirit really works in powerful ways. Here we are today talking about the power of the pause, which is pausing for gratitude, pausing to ask those questions. And so ever since this idea of the power of the pause came to me, it's been simmering because a couple of weeks ago in my morning prayers, I had opened a course it was the Pathways Miracle newsletter, and out popped this card here, and it was called The Pause for Love. And Amy just talked about, to a great extent, the pause for love and what comes from when we take that time to ask those questions and to be open. So this pause for love on one side of the card, it says, first of all, I am worthy of a pause. And everyone is worthy of a pause. I can pause for love. Can you advance the slide? Because this doesn't seem to be advancing. Just a pause. Yes, time for a pause, right? All right, yes, a pause. I am worthy of a pause. Everyone is worthy of a pause. I can pause for love, capital L love. And wherever I am, whatever I am doing, and whomever I am with. That's the one side of the card, and the other side has some contemplative thoughts to hold. And it says this love is always safe, kind, wise, and truly helpful. It's always benevolent, right? And so in the pause, then, we can center ourselves in that thought that there is a great love, an infinite love that loves me, no matter what. It's always unwavering and unceasing. And in that time of receiving, while we're in the pause, we can affirm with this breath, I receive love. I receive this love, and I let this love love me. I receive this unwavering love. And then, as we do that, in this moment right now, what does love want to share with me? Capital L-O-V-E. What does love want to share with me? And when we can do that, then we can love others and radiate that love out. With this breath, I truly let the love me, and I truly love others. And then at the bottom, in small print, it says, love heals what I thought could not be healed. I have a slide for that. If you would go forward. Love heals what I thought could not be healed, and loves what I thought could not be loved. Wow. So today, in this time of the power of pause that we're talking about, it's a continuation of my talk a couple of weeks ago on listening and listening for spiritual guidance and going within. And, our prayer chaplains are being honored here today. And so our prayer chaplains are holding that spiritual space for you and for those who we are supporting in monthly wellness calls and so forth. So we're going to honor them at the end of the service. And because they do hold that spiritual space, and they remind us to pause for that love that is within and to see ourselves and our own divinity within. So this power has transformed my own life, so I want to share with you, one of my personal experiences today, and also just share with you how the impact of this spiritual practice of taking the pause for prayer and meditation helps us to center ourselves, come back to center in prayer consciousness, and stay prayed up, as we say in the prayer chaplain training. And this pause, it opens the door to our creativity. It opens the door to that inner wisdom and to peace of mind and anything that is of true value in life, because it has spiritual value, not material value. So let's consider what life is like without the pause. Perhaps you're familiar. It's frantic, it's dramatic. We try to predict and control outcomes instead of allowing things to go in the flow, which was the message in the daily word today. So our life in the pause is very different, because life in the pause, we are living with equanimity where we can meet each circumstance, meet it all, as Amy said. With equanimity, meet it all, finding the good, finding the things, the lessons, and how it makes our heart break open instead of breaking our hearts. So let our hearts break open, right? So it's allowing, and instead of forcing, and it's sensing and responding instead of predicting and controlling things. So a life in that pause allows us to connect with that divine presence, to connect with divine nature, and to align with our spiritual nature, which is our fourth unity principle. If you would go to the next slide, please. Our fourth unity principle, it says that prayer and meditation is what connects and aligns us with our own spiritual nature within, with God within. And that's what our chaplains do. So again, as I mentioned, we're going to honor them at the end of our service today, because they help us by holding an affirmative prayer, holding the spiritual truth beyond the evidence that we see with our eyes and with our five senses. Now, the Bible is filled with moments of transformation that happen, and moments of going within and spiritually pausing. Instead of rushing, instead of striving, instead of being busy all the time. And there are several examples in Jesus' story where he went apart for a while. He took time away from the crowds when he was, seeing a lot of people and there was a lot of healing going on, a lot of healing energy. He would go apart after that. He also, when he was choosing his disciples, there are accounts in Scripture where he went apart to discern who would be his disciples and who he would call. And then, as we know, that before the crucifixion in the Garden of Gethsemane, he went apart for a while as well. And so he modeled a balance in life. He modeled the activity of life balanced with contemplation. And stepping away from it all with sincere questions and listening for the answers. And when I thought about it, if you think about every spiritual faith or religion in the world, each one of them, whether they set out to form a religion or not, started with one person who had a sincere desire in their heart to know God, who went to a cave or went to the forest and asked the questions and listened and listened and listened until they received the answers. So you can think of Gautama, who became the Buddha, of course Moses in the Hebrew scriptures, and we have Muhammad, who also went away and apart to the cave. And then even the Fillmores, they were doing their own spiritual work. And they were asking questions, and they were connecting with spirit in a very personal way, as well as Ernest Holmes, founder of Religious Science, now called Centers for Spiritual Living. So everything that emerges in this manifest world comes from going within and taking that time for a pause. Think of Einstein, Albert Einstein also. He had scientific breakthroughs that emerged when he opened for spacious, intuitive, reflective thinking. He even called it thought experiments, where he, instead of calculating formulas, he would think and envision something in his mind, and then he would get the formula. And then he said, if you would go to the next slide, please, the monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. If you think about the different inventors too, Edison and the early inventors, oftentimes they spent time early, before work, and they spent their hour of contemplation and allowing ideas to come. So this is a good practice for us. So we want to see how this practicing brings us peace of mind, and it helps us access that inner joy, that inner happiness, that creativity that brings forth our spiritual gifts that we want to share with the world, and living that fulfilled spiritual life. Now, in my own story, in my own life, the most profound time of pause that I did was in the 90s, like 1993. I actually found it in my journal. 1993, I did a 10-day vision quest in southern Utah. And it was the most profound experience of my life. And I just had these on the shelf for the longest time. And as I was preparing for this, I opened up the book and I went, wow. And I was in my early to mid-20s at the time. And there was profound wisdom that came during that time that was captured here. And I thought, wow, I didn't realize that I had that much wisdom when I was in my 20s. So this vision quest, at the time, for us, it was led by women, and it was open, but it ended up being all women on this vision quest in a small group. And so we spent 10 days in the wilderness, and then we had a 3-day solo where we were just drinking water. We still didn't eat. But anyway, in the Vision Quest, there are questions that are asked. The indigenous people have specific questions. It's a rite of passage when people do their Vision Quest. And the questions are, you come to find out, who am I? What is my purpose? Who are my people? You know, who's my village? Who am I going to share my gifts with? Now, in Unity Speak, we say, who have I come here to be? What are my spiritual gifts? And who do I want to share them with in community? The Vision Quest is also symbolic of the hero's journey. And there are 3 phases of the quest. There's a preparation phase, the minute you commit to doing it. And then there's a gestation time where you're moving through, you're going on the journey. And then there's an incorporation period where you incorporate the wisdom and the knowledge that you receive in your life, in everyday life. So there's always a gestation period before birthing something, right? And that gestation period can be a long pause at times. So I wish I could say that I stayed connected with that self that I was discovering during that experience. But I confess I've wandered in the wilderness many times since then. But I have not forgotten the moments that Spirit spoke to me. It spoke very directly to me, and I keep bringing myself back because I cannot undo that experience. I cannot forget it. I can't go back to being ignorant. And so I've been thinking a lot about the Whitestone ceremony. I got the word allow, which is part of my journey this year. And for me, and I'm still discovering the full meaning of it, but for me, this allowing means to let go, to allow Spirit, to allow that love to enter, instead of trying to control everything. So it's allowing my journey to unfold without knowing the end of the last chapter of the book, right? So I thought it would be great for us to think of how we could apply this pause, especially the pause that the card was talking about, because I deserve a pause. Everyone deserves a pause for love. So perhaps you've sometimes had an experience in your life where you've heard something you didn't want to hear, it was unpleasant, or you felt hurt, you felt defensive or powerless, or you felt angry because something touched a wound in you that had not yet healed. I know I have. So perhaps someone's behavior triggered you, and perhaps you reacted out of fear or pain. And you know what? That's how our spiritual practice comes in. That's our spiritual mastery. That's when the rubber meets the road, when we start applying those teachings and the principles that we hold. So we begin the work. So, but what if, instead of trying to predict and control everything, what if we just practice that power of the pause? I know in the schools now they're teaching children, take a breath, count to 10, right? Yes. And so if we could just do that more before going out and doing something or thinking we have to fix something, but taking that pause to connect with divine nature and remember who you truly are and who you came to be as love, created by love, for love, as love. So we pause for that love. We pause for the grace. We pause for the understanding. And we pause for Spirit to enter. Now, you can think of that pause as that space in between one end of the trapeze. You've let go, you're sailing through the air before you catch the other end. Or think of the pause between the inhale and the exhale, because Believe it or not, there really is. There's still a pause between inhaling and exhaling, the yin and the yang. So let's return now to this card and this situation card where you can pause and the practice of the pause. So we're going to take that now deeper. And so think of a situation, maybe recently, that may be just, getting on your nerves, or there may be something you're concerned about, or something that keeps you from taking a deep breath, And let's go back to that practice on the card. And so take that, just hold that in your heart right now. And let's just take some relaxing breaths and relax your gaze. If you like, you can close your eyes and allow these words to sink in. I am worthy of a pause. Everyone is worthy of a pause. I can pause for love right here, right now. Whatever I'm doing, whomever I am with. This love does not judge. In this pause, there is a love that loves me no matter what. Always unwavering, always steady. Regardless of what I think about myself, regardless of what others think about me, or regardless what I may think about others. I call this love present now in me. And with this breath, I receive this love. So just take a conscious breath. I let this love me. And in this moment right now, in this situation or condition, what does love want to say or share with me? What does love want to share with me? And we'll take a few moments in the silence for that. And now, take another breath. With this breath, I truly let this love me. And as I allow love to love me, I truly can love others. Take another deep breath. Love heals what I thought could not be healed, and love loves what I thought could not be loved. So let's take some deep breaths and bring yourself back and open your eyes when you're ready. Move your body when you're ready. As we come out of that time of contemplation, remember, what did love want to say to you? What did love share with you? So I'd like to share with you as we close today just that continuation of my vision quest. That at that time I was recovering from a lifetime of listening to outer authority. Others telling me who I was. Others telling me who God is and what God is and who Jesus is and what my relationship to the universe is, kind of thing. And I realized at that time in my life it was time to turn within to that inner authority, that inner wisdom, that inner guidance, my higher self, and look to that instead of others to dictate to me what I should believe. And during that quest, with all the different things that we did together, I released shame, I released regrets, old identities, and allowed myself to reconnect to the earth and to the universe and to this invisible presence that we call God, the good omnipotence, with all that is. And I came away from that 10 days profoundly alive, profoundly in awe of life. And I was filled with creativity, and I was filled with connections and opportunities that arose after that, and continued growth. I filled up another whole journal. I had one with me on the trip, and I filled that up, and then I filled up another one. So I wanted to share with you what happened in one of my sacred pauses. Just not what happened, but actually the words that came to me was called Night Watch. So part of that 3-day solo, you're out there, you've built your own campsite. All you have is a tarp and a sleeping bag. And you dig a hole, and I built a little fire because it's pretty cool at night, even though it's June in southern Utah. And we're supposed to stay awake. How is that symbolic of life, right? We're supposed to stay awake and not go to sleep. So that night, as I was sitting with my little fire, this is what came to me, and I call it Night Watch. Star bright, moonlight, firelight, speak to me on this cold night. What do you have to say in the silence of night? I wait, and I wait. I watch the fire, and I keep feeding it to keep it alive, till I fell asleep and part of my sleeping bag went in. And then I had to... No, that's not in this, but it's just adding it aside. This is what you must do. The fire speaks to me. Keep feeding your spirit so it will ever burn bright. The stars say, keep shining your light. And when enough of us shines, we can light the entire sky. The moon says, yes, we all have our own cycles. Pay attention to your natural rhythms. Fire says, sometimes you get smoke in your eyes, and it's hard to see your vision. And if you persist, the air will clear. And the night says, keep still, keep silent, until you are told. Wow. Wow. I guess I better go back and read all of my journals all the way through. There's so much there that I had forgotten was there, that I had lost touch with. So, to conclude, take time for the pause. Pause for that guidance, pause for love, pause for spirit. In times of celebration, pause. In times of difficulty, pause. And most of all, in all things, pause for love. So it is. Now Laurie's got a meditation for us before we bring our prayer chaplains up.
I'd like everyone, I'd like everyone to go ahead and shut your eyes. We're going to be doing a lot of deep breathing, so we'll just take a nice deep breath. And what I want you to imagine is that you're standing in a dappled wood, and you can hear the breeze and the leaves rustling. You can hear the sound of the birds chirping, and the air itself is like silk on your skin. You can feel that warmth covering you, wrapping you in peace and in silence. And when you look in front of you, you will see a path. And with each step of the path, you hear a sound. And you tilt your head, what is that? What is that sound? And then you realize it's the sound of flowing water. And as you keep taking each step forward, you come to the edge of the water. And there's a large rock with an indentation that invites you to sit down. And you sit down next to the river. And as that river and the water flows by you, you feel your breath slowing. You feel your shoulders relaxing. You feel that weight that you've been carrying, even without knowing what the name is. You feel that weight starting to fall away. And then you start dropping those things in the water. You start dropping the fear and the stress and the anxiety. And you take that pause. You take that moment to center yourself and relax. And that water flows and it never stops. And it's just like the love the Divine Spirit is providing for you, because that love never stops either. And you hear the water flowing and you hear it rippling. And it's like you're giving birth. You're washing away all of those things that were holding you back. And you take another deep breath, and you can smell the freshness of the water and the fresh green smell of the woods. And you know that you're at peace. And love is here with you. It is surrounding you. And it's available anytime you need it. And you relax. And the water keeps flowing. And as you flow with the water, you can feel your spirit growing and filling. And you can feel that light reflecting off the water. And that light fills you with love and joy and peace. And now just take a moment and imagine that scene and let yourself be there and release and flow. And remember, be like water and let it flow. And remember, time flows like that river. It is never still, but it is always with you. And it's always carrying you forward to more lessons, to more blessings, to more love, and to more peace. So please, take another deep breath and come back to the sanctuary. Are you doing it?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So today is the day we're doing our prayer chaplain induction and dedication ceremony, because over the past month we've met 3 different times for training. So each year, even if you've had the training the year before, you continue on because we're each in a different place, and wonderful opportunities and prayer together and supporting the new folks that come in. So this is our 24th year of Unity of Richmond's Prayer Chaplain Program. Yay. Yeah, we started it March of 2002. So this year we have one prayer chaplain who is becoming emeritus this year, and that is Junius Danrich. Should I have him come up? So Junius, can you come up? Thank you. He's receiving an emeritus pin, which is in the shape of a lighthouse. This symbolizes our knowing that he will continue to keep the high watch for all of us at Unity of Richmond, along with all of our other emeriti, no matter what the journey is from here on. And I'd like to say, well done, good and faithful servant, Junius. We have one new prayer chaplain, and that is Charmaine Voltaires. I might have not said it exactly right, but I'll get it. The other prayer chaplains emeritus that are still making prayer chaplain calls are Robin Moore and Maureen Anderson. But I look around and I see Royce, who was one of our prayer chaplains in the very beginning, and Vicki and Arma. I'm missing somebody. Anyway, there's lots of other folks. Yeah, I'm going to acknowledge our current prayer chaplains in a second, yeah. So anyway, prayer chaplains, the prayer chaplains have fulfilled their commitments to complete the training and do monthly prayer chaplain calls and pray after services and attend regular meetings that we have once a month. To honor our other chaplains, we have a ceremony for our prayer chaplains are in twofold. Today is both the induction of the 2026 through 27 prayer chaplains. Today the prayer chaplains are individually introduced and dedicated to the congregation as a whole team. This morning we recognize each for their recommitting to their ongoing prayer chaplain training and each prayer chaplain's commitment to serve our church community and their commitment to their personal spiritual growth. We hold this ceremony to recognize the seriousness of such a commitment. We will present each chaplain with a ribbon and our love. I will now like to introduce each of our 6 prayer chaplains to you and their years of service before we induct them with the help of Reverend Valorie. As I call your name, please come forward. Beginning her first year is Charmaine. So if you could come up, Charmaine. And beginning their 5th year is Lynn and Tom Johnson. And then we have Mayor Taylor, who has been with us 5 years, but numerous years at Bon Air. And Stephen Ryan, who is now his 9th year. So no, we didn't forget Stephen. And then Reverend Valorie, I don't even know. I don't have how many years you served, Reverend Valorie, before.
That was as long as Mayor, 22 years.
Just 22 years, so. Yes. And myself, I've served 24 years from when we started the program. In the book of Isaiah, thank you. In the book of Isaiah, the prophet Isaiah is asked by God, whom shall I send? And who will go for us? Isaiah responds, here I am, send me. Today, we celebrate and recognize our prayer chaplains, for they have said, here I am, and send me. Heading the call to serve as a prayer chaplain meant that each of them are willing to participate in many hours of training. In addition, prayer chaplains commit to holding a spiritual space of possibility for others and themselves, knowing and trusting that Spirit is in charge, to pray both with themselves and with others, to lovingly listen, and to hold that is sacred in strict confidence. And we have agreed to put this commitment into action by praying with others following the Sunday services at Unity of Richmond, by making our monthly calls to our assigned prayer chaplains. And then Reverend Valorie is going to lead us in the rest of the service, but I see Debbie out there, and I didn't mention your name, and she has been a prayer chaplain for many years and then is emeritus now. So thank you, Debbie.
Put your hand over your hearts, if you will. In the awareness of the activity of the Holy Spirit, which has led you to this moment of commitment, I invite you to go to your heart space. And if your heart has said yes, which is why we're all here today, I ask that you respond then with these words, I am, to these questions. Are you willing to accept this commitment and dedication?
I am.
Are you willing to remember to open a space for Spirit no matter what?
I am.
And are you willing to do your best to stay prayed up? Are you willing to support the other members of this chaplain team?
I am.
And are you willing, this is very important, are you willing to practice self-care?
I am.
All right. So you have said yes. I will create a space filled with compassion and love for anyone who is seeking it. And I thank Spirit every day for each one of you, your time and your energy and your dedication. I thank you for the many visible and invisible ripples of blessings that will be the result of our loving service as prayer chaplains supporting this community. So on behalf of our congregation, we thank you, prayer chaplains. So let's all give them a round of applause. And now we're just going to sing a really a verse of blessing to the world, to our prayer chaplains. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of Spirit on earth. And who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of Spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. Thank you, prayer chaplains.
You're good? All right, let's say air. Contribution. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful.
God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see and everything I do and everything I am is you. Everything above and everything below and everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise. God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every star shine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see and everything I do and everything I am is you. Everything above and everything below and everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe. And your perfect love created me. Everything I see and everything I do and everything I am, it's you. Everything above and everything below and everything I know is you. Everything I see and everything I do and everything I am, it's you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. I am and I see and I do, it's you. Above and below, I know it's you.
Ooh, boy. Okay, deep breath. All right, say together. We give thanks for the gifts that will support our mission of creating a spiritually awakened world. And so it is. All right, and so now we're going to have our children come forward.
1, 2, 3. We are walking as the light, as the light, as the light. We are walking as the light of God.
Good job. Oh, let's not do that. Okay. We had a lot of energy today. Clearly, we have some great dancing, and that's all we did is dance and run around. So, let's not do that either. Okay.
You know, what it is the children, they suck the energy out of the adults, and that's where they get all of it. I can tell, I know that from experience. All right. And so, oh,
Just want to make sure to make you aware that our teens are at rally this weekend in Pennsylvania. So we have a chapter that's there this weekend for the Eastern Region youth. Oh, sorry.
no, you're in charge. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's Debbie. Y'all are. All right. So let us say well, wait a minute. First, I want to say thank you to everyone, because this has been an amazing service. The energy has been absolutely awesome. Our prayer chaplains will be available after the service if you need that. And now we're going to say our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth